Back in 2014, Suckerpunch launched infamous Second Son and gave Sony one of the first games they could hang their hat on as a true must-have PS4 exclusive game. So it does seem fitting that in 2020, possibly the last game Sony will hang their hat on for the PS4 is the latest effort from the developer, open world samurai drama, Ghost of Tsushima. Feudal Japan has always been a fertile ground for game developers to create great narrative-driven action games, with games like Onimusha, Tenchu, or more recently Nioh and Sekiro. Ghost of Tsushima is certainly throwing its hat into the ring with some stiff competition. So do we think it has what it takes to duel it out in the big leagues? Let's see. Ghost of Tsushima plays out against the backdrop of the 1274 Mongolian invasion of Japan. But far from sticking to historical accuracy, the game spins its own engrossing narrative take on real-world history with a heavier focus on family bonds, vengeance, and character relationships as lead protagonist Jin of the Sakai samurai clan tries to defend his ancestral home.
I am Jin Sakai, nephew of Lord Shimura. I have come to avenge his honor.
The first thing that will strike anyone that plays this game and takes up arms against the Mongols is that it is absolutely stunning. The vast open world is split into three very different and distinct segments, each of which offering a different flavour but equal quality of beauty. Somewhere between the richly vibrant forests and vast open fields, I absolutely guarantee you will stop, spin the camera slowly and just breathe it in. And yeah, most games these days have a few moments like that, but on Tsushima Island you will occasionally remember that there's actually a game to be played among all of the breathtaking scenery. I mean, how much are flights to Japan? Good God. Every game seems to look better than the last game, and every game just continues to push the bar even higher. Oy, okay, maybe not every game, but Ghost of Tsushima certainly does. When you pick your jaw up off the floor and do decide to actually get on with it, you'll discover a rich and fluid combat system that after a bit of a shaky start will have you feeling like a legendary samurai warlord. Initially I had some problems. The controls felt floaty in comparison to something like Nioh, and the lack of a lock-on button really felt like a roadblock in the momentum. However, once you get used to targeting enemies, you should quickly forget this minor issue as you start to cut down 5 or 6 Mongolians without any trouble. Skillful play will gain resolve points for performing well in combat or stealthily dispatching enemies from the shadows, which can then be used to restore health or perform skills unlocked at a later stage through one of the game's many skill trees. Taking back settlements and killing Mongol leaders will increase your status as your legend grows to become the Ghost and unlock a vast array of ninja items like kunai or smoke bombs, which will make your journey to liberate the island all the more fun and manageable. Rather than focusing on a particular build or style of character, Suckerpunch simply hands you the keys to samurai mastery as you are able to unlock every upgrade in a single playthrough. Add this to your various innate abilities attached to your different armors or equipable NRE charms, each of which with their own traits, and you soon become almost overpowered, but never to the point of completely eliminating skill or challenge. The only real flaw I found in combat was occasionally the enemy AI will launch an unblockable attack, highlighted with a blue indicator, letting you know that you need to dodge out of the way. If you sidestep, you will get away completely unscathed, but if you roll, which actually takes you further away, the enemy tracking on this attack will cause the enemy to magnetize to you and land every single time. I understand the developer wanted these attacks to be parried or sidestepped, which does take more skill, but this could have been handled better. The power illusion of playing as a skillful samurai is so well realised in combat, however, that this is very easy to overlook. The game's many instances of one-on-one duels, acting as the game's boss battles, are set against stunning backdrops in a love letter to samurai movies of old. The duels will test your knowledge of all the game's mechanics as you have to swiftly dodge, parry or counter these more skillful foes, often leading to heart-racing conclusions and some of the most cinematic combat gameplay I have ever seen, without resorting to quick-time events that clutter your screen. Far from cluttering up the stunning visuals with button prompts and waypoints, the game relies on in-world prompts to guide you to your goals. You can swipe the PS4's touchpad to cause a gust of wind to direct you, Flocks of birds or smokestacks on the horizon will bring you to points of interest, and of course the foxes that will guide you to hidden shrines. All of this ties together to create a level of immersion unseen before in an open world game. Adding to the immersion is the game's near flawless sound design, as perfect parries are rewarded with a satisfying sword clash sound, kunais swiftly rip through the air before finding their target, and the Mongol camps echo with the sound of Mongolian throat singing. The voice actors lending their talent to the game's protagonist and other characters rounds out a brilliant cast.
Tradition, courage, honor, they are what make us. We are the warriors of Tsushima. We are samurai!
Jin's journey is not without its flaws, however. After completing several of the game's tales, the word given to the mission structure, you will start to notice a formulaic nature in how they unfold, but there is enough variety in the actual scenarios and stories that it never becomes bothersome. Breaking up the formula is the game's mythic tales, usually leading to some sort of special equipment or item. These tales, told to you in brilliantly hand-drawn traditional Japanese art, were a treat every single time. There are some quality of life mechanics on display here that every other game developer needs to take note of. In particular, the loading times for a game this large that looks this good are well and truly mind-boggling. You can fast travel from one end of Tsushima to the other with barely 10 seconds in between, and when you arrive there is no texture pop-in, everything just works fluidly and quickly. You will not have the time to look at your phone between loading screens. If you die in a duel, you are right back in the action. Mechanically and narratively, Ghost of Tsushima is simply a tour de force in video game design. Jin Sakai's defense of his ancestral home against a foreign invader will stick with you long after you watch the credits roll. The heart of the story sees Jin struggle to reconcile his honor as a samurai warrior with the deeds he finds himself committing as his hand is forced to defend against a new threat. He believes the samurai code of old is not fit to fend off the invaders, and this often drives a wedge between him and those he is closest to. This theme carries the story from prologue to epilogue in a masterful tale of revenge, honor, loyalty, and justice. I score Ghost of Tsushima 9 cones out of 10. An absolutely unmissable sword-swinging samurai adventure, and one of the best games of the generation. Thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe for more. Hit the bell icon to always stay in the loop. Go play Ghost of Tsushima, and as always, stay safe.